5.56 versus 6.5 Grendel. Who will win the debate on this episode of Ultimate Barrier Testing? The reason why there's even a debate in the first place is because the 6.5 Grendel has much better ballistics than the 5.56, or at least compared to standard 5.56 loads. But anyway, the problem with the 6.5 Grendel is that it's going relatively slow in the grand scheme of things, especially compared to the 5.56. But off the top of my head, I don't know what the difference in velocity is, so let's find out. The 6.5 Grendel is definitely producing more muzzle energy, but it is going considerably slower than that 5.56, so how this actually translates to the targets, I have no idea, but let's find out. The first target is this 6x6 piece of pressure treated lumber, and it is just about the thickest piece of pressure treated lumber that you could get at the hardware store. But let's go ahead and set it up real quick. You already probably know the drill, 2 shots from each of the rifle cartridges, and I am going to be making one change. Instead of having a 3/4 inch piece of plywood and a 1/4 inch piece of mild steel, we will just be sticking with a 1/4 inch piece of mild steel. This one should make it easier to see what happens and easier to take out as well. But anyway, I think we are good to go. Getting things started off with the much smaller and much faster 5.56. I'm really interested to see what happens. I'm really hoping that both of those were good shots because I can't see anything with that red dot. Whew, okay, both of them are on target. They're not spaced out super far apart, but I would say about an inch center to center. Now let's see what happened on the... Ooh, looks like they busted right through. There's no signs of tumbling or anything. Let's see what happened to the... Ooh, look at those holes right there. Well, one of them is a hole. One of them did not go through. It looks like that one may have impacted a little sideways by the time it got to the 1/4 inch piece of mild steel, but the other one went straight through. That is pretty impressive performance. And I think we are good to go. On to the 6.5 Grendel. It'll be pretty hard to beat that. Okay, the first shot landed pretty much right where I wanted, but the second one, I was aiming right here, and somehow it centered on the post up here, and obviously you could see what happened there. So I shot another one, I aimed over here, and I believe it hit down here. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to look at the back and see what... Okay, that kind of looks like the 5.56, but anyway, let's check out the 1/4 inch piece of... Oh, okay, yeah, that one definitely went... Well, one of them definitely went through, and that is a clean hole. The other one kind of looks like the 5.56 minus the jacket, but anyway, it did not go through either. I think this round is a tie. Well, I think it's time to get rid of this trash and get ready for the next target after we flip this bad boy around. Okay, we're looking good. In the last video, I switched to 6 inches because we figured out that 8 inches is just way too big for effective penetration. Wait, what? This is a 6-inch thick box of sand, and I actually need to prop it up a little because, like I said, it's just not as big as the 8-inch. Anyway, it'll be followed up by a 3/4 inch piece of plywood to hopefully see who the winner is, but I think we are good to go. From what I've seen so far, velocity really doesn't help out with this round, but let's see what happens. I couldn't see if I hit this box very far out at all. That hole is very tiny, but let's see what happens on the back. Absolutely nothing that I can see. Let's make sure nothing came out the side. Oh, out the side or out the bottom. Nope. Let's make sure on the plywood. Absolutely nothing. Guess it's the Grendel's time to shine. I'm gonna aim a little bit to the left this time. We'll see if that puts it in the center. That seemed to do the trick, pretty much dead center, but let's turn it around and see nothing on the back or the bottom or the sides. Neither one can get through 6 inches, which is surprising, at least with these FMJ loads. I guess this round is a draw. Alrighty, get this 6-inch box out of here and get these concrete things, save those for later. Wink wink. And then we gotta flip this bad boy around. Ooh, and we will be pretty much ready to go. Just have to add a couple of spacer wings. And I think we are ready for our next target. Our third target is solid concrete. It may not be anywhere close to 8 inches or even 6 inches, but don't get this target wrong. It knows how to use every bit of its 1.57 inches to shred bullets apart. Anyway, I think we're good to go, and let's see what these bullets can do to this target. That 5.56 is using such a lightweight bullet that I don't know if it stands a chance on this round, but we'll see. That was actually way more eventful than I thought it would be, but let's check out the plywood. It's not it is definitely not looking good. The fragmentation or spalling, whatever came off of that, would definitely not feel good, but there is not much on the face of this plywood. I guess it's on to the 6.5 Grendel though, huh? That was even more eventful than the 5.56, but let's check out the plywood to make sure. Ooh. Oh yeah, that is much more damage than the 5.5. Ooh, almost poked out the back. It was basically ripping off a big section of the plywood back here. Let's check it out. Oh, there's a big piece of the jacket in there. Guys, I think we got to give this one to the 6.5 Grendel, huh? Step aside, Unisled. Well, I guess you can't step. I'll move you aside, Unisled. Your service is no longer required. Thank you for your service today, though. Oh, did I forget to show you Steel Sled 4.2? Well, here it is, looking pretty dang spiffy if I do say so myself. And look at that brand new, or well, one test used drill press vise. This thing is basically a brand new Steel Sled, so that's why we're naming it Steel Sled 4.2. But anyway, I think we need to get him ready to go. And there we go. Actually, I'm going to move it to where it's a little more level. The ground is a little soft because it rained at one point. Target number 4 is a 1/4 inch of mild steel. It is definitely the toughest, by definition, target of the day, so let's see what happens between these two cartridges. Whew, I was afraid I was going to run out of paint. I think we're looking good though. Guys, thanks again for this rubber idea. I haven't shot anything too large with it yet, but it has been holding up wonderfully, and I think this drill press vise really thanks you as well. I can't speak for it though. And I think we are good to go. Okay, so 2 rounds are a tie. 1 round went to the 6.5 Grendel, and then this one is still up in the air, so the 5.56 better really hope that it outperforms the 6.5 Grendel. We'll see though. Like I always say, better the case than the camera, and luckily I'm not buying the name brand cases. I literally can't see anything with that red dot, but I'm thinking, oh yeah, definitely went through. That is an ultra tiny hole. I mean, the pinky test isn't even freaking close, but you know, you can't complain with that performance. Obviously it was going to make a small hole. On to the 6.5 Grendel though. Yep, it went straight through, and it looks to be a cleaner hole than the 5.56. Still does not pass the pinky test, but I don't know if that's a good thing for where we're headed or not based on what I've seen in the past. We'll see though. We are moving on up. Straight on up to 3/8 of an inch of mild steel. This one is a pretty big challenge, but we'll see what happens. Whew, we made it. Alrighty, we are good to go. Guys, I don't know for sure because like I said, I can't really see anything out of that red dot at 50 yards, but I think I may have seen a pretty small hole and it may have went through, but let's check it out. A small hole for sure, but let's see if, oh, it went super deep, but definitely did not go through, and it left a pretty decent size hole. I don't know, we'll see if the Grendel can do any better than that. Whew. No dice, and it appears to be pretty dang close to the 5.56. Definitely a little bit bigger hole, but I think you know what that means. It's time to it's time to grind. 294 thousandths for the 5.56 and 271 thousandths for the 6.5 Grendel. I'll be completely honest, that is way closer than I thought it would be based on the giant difference in velocity, but wait a second. Normally, I don't have a tiebreaker, but this time around, I'm basing it on cost, and although the 6.5 Grendel is an awesome cartridge, at $1 or more around for even some of the cheapest stuff on the market, it's just like, why would I shoot a 6.5 Grendel when I could shoot a 308 Winchester, or even a 6.5 Creedmoor? It just doesn't make any sense to me, which is why the 5.56 won this tiebreaker, but let me know which one you guys would choose.